9,847 hours of body cam video footage just sitting on a server, completely unwatched. Now these videos were recorded so someone could check that procedure were followed, but nobody has time to actually watch them. This is what we call the compliance gap. And it's a massive problem across tens of different industries. Think about HVAC technicians, telecom, solar installers, utility crews, police officer, crime scene investigators, healthcare staff, and many, many more. In all these jobs, video is recorded with the hope that later someone will verify the work was done correctly or catch a potential hazard. Instead, these long videos just sit there. No one watches them. Problems only get attention after something goes wrong. Now that gap is costing companies time, money, and trust every single day. Today, we are building a real solution to close it. Not just a transcript, not just another dashboard. We are turning video plus procedure documents into a clear, structured, machine-readable judgment. Now we are going to do this using NVIDIA's new multimodal models combined with solid engineering like multi-document RAG, self-consistency scoring, and evidence gap analysis. And the best part, you can use any of those videos as an example. The architecture is going to work across any industry. So let's dive in. Now quick heads up before we start. This episode moves very fast and assumes you are already an experienced programmer. So if you're newer to development, check out the episode 1 first. It is a much gentler walkthrough. If you have used multimodal models before, you might think just upload the entire video and let the model handle it. Please don't, because when you do, 3 things are going to break. First, Nemotron Omni has a hard limit of just 2 minutes of video, and real-world footage is usually 1 to 4 hours long. Second, every video has tons of moving parts, so stuffing everything into the model's context every single time makes your token cost explode and the quality is going to actually drop. Number 3, models sometimes get things wrong. A simple binary pass or fail with zero calibration is just not reliable. So we have real engineering problems to solve here. Number 1, chunking. How do you intelligently break a 4-hour video into small useful pieces that can fit inside a 2-minute video? Number 2, retrieval. How do you pull only the relevant pages from a 60-page procedure manual? Number 3, calibration. How do you make the model admit when it's unsure instead of sounding confidently wrong? And number 4, scale. How do you go from processing 1 video to handling 1,000 videos per day? Now we are going to solve all of these challenges in this episode today. Now fair warning though, these are very hard problems, so if you are coding along, please expect some very long hours. Here is the full architecture. It's clean, simple, and built in 3 different layers. Number 1, ingestion. This layer takes all the raw inputs like any body cam video footage, all the procedure PDFs, documentation, regulatory docs, and then it intelligently chunks them and embeds everything into a vector index database so that we can find that what we need later. Second, audit. Now this is the brain. It takes 1 video chunk at a time, pulls only the top relevant procedure sections, runs Nemotron Omni 3 times with the different temperature settings, and let the results vote. Now that's how we get reliable judgments. And finally, reporting. It spits out a clean, structured JSON with confidence score and the exact sources for every single finding. The really interesting work happens in the audit layer. Audit layer is where actually the calibration magic lives. Now the tech stack is straightforward, just 4 different pieces. Our model is Nemotron 3 Nano Omni, open weight, multimodal, and it handles audio, video, and text all at once. vLLM serves it locally with a full OpenAI compatible API. We need NVIDIA's VSS Blueprint. It takes care of the production side. Think about major scale ingestion, vector storage, and a clean alerting user interface. And here's the best part. The entire system runs on your own GPU machine. No cloud, no API bills, no data ever leaves the building. Everything you are seeing here runs 100% locally. We are building just 3 things in this project. multi-document RAG over the procedure manuals, self-consistency scoring, so the model gives calibrated outputs, and the simple glue code that's going to tie everything together and create a pipeline assembly. That's about total 200 lines of Python code. Let's build it. First step, chunking the PDF. So we are going to define a function called chunk_PDF by section. Here we render every page as an image instead of just pulling out the text. Why? Because procedure manuals aren't just words. They have diagrams, exploded views, tables, and screenshot. The vision model needs to see all of that. In a real product systems, you would run OCR to detect section boundaries. But here we keep it very simple. We are going to create one chunk per page. The retrieval step will figure it out which pages actually matter. Now let's take a look at this function, embed_text. It's short function but extremely important. So here is what actually does step by step. We send our text, in this case, a short description of a procedure page or a manual, to our embedding model. We are using NVIDIA's embed QA model, which I assume that UK is running locally on the same machine, just like LLM your embedding model is also serving. The function makes a quick post request. So as you see, request.post, just like talking to an OpenAI style API. It passes in the model name and the text we want to turn into numbers. Then it checks the request worked, raised for status, pulls out the embedding vector from the JSON response and convert it to clean NumPy array and hands it back to us. That's it. Now you might be wondering why we are doing this. Because later, when we do retrieval, we compare these number vectors using cosine similarity. The closer two vectors are, the more related the pieces of text are. And we are going to use this text information to tie back to the video. This tiny function is what turns every page of the procedure manual into something the computer can mathematically understand and search super fast. Now let's look at the retrieve relevant sections function. This is the retrieval part of our RAG system. Now here is what it does in plain simple English. We give it a question, the query. It first turns the questions into a number vector using embed text function we just saw just now. And then it compares the vector to every single page we have stored in our index. It calculates how similar each page is to the question, that is called cosine similarity, basically how close these two numbers are. It sorts all the pages from the most similar to least similar and returns only the top 3 most relevant ones. That's it. That is a smart search step. Now instead of dumping the entire manual or text into the model, we only show the top 3 pages that actually matter for one check. So it's going to be much faster, much cheaper, and way more accurate. Now here is the core idea. Self-consistency. A single run of the model can sound super confident, even when it's completely wrong. So we do this instead. We run the exact same question 3 times, but each time we change the temperature, 0.0, 0.3 or 0.6. Watch what happens. All 3 answers go into quick vote. So 3 out of 3 agree. That's a high confidence. 2 out of 3 agree. That's a medium confidence. And if only 1 agrees, the model is basically saying, I don't know. So this disagreement behavior becomes our confidence signal. And that's what turns a vibe machines into a real trustworthy audit tool. Now comes the biggest code block in the entire video, the heart of the system. This is the function audit chunk with consistency. Now watch how it's built step by step. First we create a base payload. This is the message we send to Nemotron Omni. The system prompt is very strict here. You say you output 1 or pass, fail or insufficient evidence, nothing else. Then the user message packs in all the relevant procedure pages as images, the actual video clip as base 64 and the exact question we are asking. We are also going to set the max tokens to just 16 so the model cannot ramble. It has to give 1 clean keyword. Now the magic loop, verdicts equals to array and for temperature in 0.0, 0.3. So we run the exact same questions 3 times here, but each time with a different temperature out of these 3 settings, 0.0, 0.3 and 0.6. And the model replies each time we grab only the keywords, pass, fail or insufficient evidence. And finally, we are going to count the votes. So that's what counter does. Counter equals to counter verdicts and then you loop it over. The most common answer here, it wins. If all three agrees, that means your confidence level equals to 1.4. If two agrees, then your confidence level is 0.67. If only one agrees, the model is basically saying, I don't know. So that's the self-consistency in action, and that's what makes a real audit tool instead of just a guess. Finally, here is the last piece of code, the glue function that ties everything all together. This is called audit_install, and it's a full pipeline in one simple function. So watch how it works step by step. First, you say, obviously the function name is audit_install, and you give it a video path, procedure PDF, and checks. We define the index for all the procedure PDF. So index equals to index procedure, and you pass the procedure in PDFs here. And then we load the video and turn it into base 64 so that model can read it. Then we create an empty list which says finding equals to empty array. This is to store our findings and loop through each check we want to run. For each check, 3 quick things happen. We pull the 3 most relevant pages using the retrieval function we created earlier. We run the full audit with the self-consistency, and finally we save the results with the check name, verdict, confidence score, and the exact sources the model used. And at the end, as you can see, we just return findings equals to findings. And so that's the entire system in one clean function. You give it a video, some PDF, and a list of checks, and it hands you back a full calibrated audit report with sources for every single decision. Now this is the part that makes the whole thing actually usable in the real world. And here's the only part of the entire code base that changes when you move to a new industry or new video footage type. This is the checklist, basically a simple configuration file. So for example, if you're doing it for heat, ventilation, air conditioning, you just do such HVAC checks and you pass the name and questions. So you might expand this list to 15 or 20 checks, totally depend on your configuration. And for telecom, just swap the questions. For pharmacy, just put the different questions here. Same thing for the crime. Now our prototype handles one video at a time. But in the real world, companies have hundreds of camera feeds, hour-long videos, and they need to search across all of them for months. Now that's exactly what NVIDIA VSS Blueprint is built for. It gives you automatic chunking with smart scene change detection, real vector storage, knowledge graph if you want cross-video reasoning, concurrent multi-stream ingest, and a clean alerting user interface. The best part? All the audit logic we just built, your checklist, your prompt, and the self-consistency voting, everything, it stays exactly the same. VSS simply replaces the orchestration layer so everything scales. Deploying it is ridiculously easy. If you're an NVIDIA Spark machine, you can just run 3 commands, clone the playbook, change the directory, and hit deploy. Boom. You instantly get a full vLLM pipeline powered by Nemotron, an alert bridge, and a beautiful alert inspector UI running on your local host port number 9000. Plus video storage and optional deep streaming pre-processing. So just all you need to do, drop your procedure PDF into the procedure folders, point the ingest at your video source, and the exact same audit logic what we built from our prototype, it runs as a managed pipeline. Now here is the big mental model, and that is the takeaway. You just build the prototype to learn. You figure out your prompts, your checklist, your retrieval strategy, and your confidence thresholds. Then you deploy VSS to ship. It handles all the heavy lifting for you: ingestion, scale, storage, and user interface. Stuff you don't want to build yourself. Now 200 lines of Python becomes 20 lines of configuration. That's it. You are ready to deploy to ship. Now, if you want to deploy this kind of application for your industry, it needs only 4 things: your procedure PDFs, your checklist, your demo footage, and maybe a few tiny tweaks to the prompt wording. That's it. The model, the inference server, the RAG layer, self-consistency code, and the VSS deployment, everything else stays the same. So if you want to swap it for telecom fiber, solar PV, utility, pharmacy compounding, aviation, same code, different config, whole new vertical. If you want to push it to even further, the stacks let you do some really cool stuff, like real-time streaming audit with HoloScan, cross-technician analytics with the knowledge graph, auto-generated refresher training from the most common failures, and even adversarial testing. all of that thing in the description and the buildable on the exact same stack we just showed. You can deploy this end to end. You can feed in your real STP camera, your backend, the alert inspector user interface, and the concurrent multi-stream ingest. The prototype you just watched become the production system. So if this episode was built to learn, next thing what you need to do is deploy to ship. You'll find all the code you needed. The blog is in the video description below. The repository is completely open. If you build a config for your industry, drop in the comments. I will feature the best one in the future episodes. And if you get stuck anywhere, post the error and we'll work through it together. Now, if you like it, hit subscribe and you don't want to miss the deployment episode. See you next week. Thank you.